Okay, so big news today. Apparently we've got release dates for Spider-Man stuff, also for Uncharted, but I didn't really look into that because I'm half in, half out about the Uncharted stuff, because I keep hearing all these different rumors, so I'm not going to talk about that. But I am going to talk about the release dates for Amazing Spider-Man 3 and the Sinister Six film. Yeah, apparently those are still going, despite not so well as, I'm tongue-tied here. Basically, we all know that Amazing Spider-Man 2 did not do so well in the box office. Now, I personally thought the film was okay. It wasn't terrible. It's not like Spider-Man 3 terrible. There are some really good things I can find in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and still say, yeah, I can enjoy that film, but there is some bad in there, I'm not going to lie, especially when this film came hot off the heels of, Captain America the Winter Soldier, which was a far superior comic book film, in my opinion, and a better sequel film. But, anyway, with Amazing Spider-Man 2, there was a lot of things, like a lot of people, Sony was very hush-hush about it because, like I said, they weren't too pleased about the box office numbers, and Robert Orci, the head writer I guess one of the writers for the movie was like, I don't know if we want to keep doing this or not, and he left and said, without me, there can't be a Spider-Man film. I guess there is going to be Spider-Man films without you, Orci. I'm just saying. So, apparently, if I got my dates right, November 11th, I believe, 2016 is going to be the Sinister Six film. And then in, I think, August 6th, 2018 is going to be the Amazing Spider-Man 3. First off, that is a hell of a long wait. I mean, then again, Spider-Man 3 didn't show up till 2007, and Spider-Man 2 didn't show up until it was back in 2002. So I guess it's worth a wait. And also, I find it interesting that they've decided to put let's get on Sinister Six real quick before I get back to Amazing Spider-Man 3. The fact that they're putting a film in a movie that you would see in the summer, in November, says something that they are scared of what they're up against next year. Because next year, not next year, this is 2016, but in 2016, the Sinister Six film would have to go up against, Batman and Superman and Captain America 3. It would also have to go up against, I think it has to go up against several other films as well. It's going up against a lot, people, in the summertime. But the two biggest are obviously Batman vs. Superman and Captain America 3. So I think they were trying to play it safe and put it in November, because November is mostly for the Academy Award-winning movies. Movies you would see in the Oscars and stuff like that. And I guess they're just trying to play it safe because, again, they know that they didn't do so hot with Amazing Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2, excuse me. So, yeah. And in regards to Amazing Spider-Man 3, let's go into that. I find it interesting that, again, they're waiting so long to put that out. I mean, obviously, Sinister Six is supposed to set up elements for Amazing Spider-Man 3, I guess. But waiting that long into 2018 doesn't sound like they, again, have a lot of faith in their property once more. Now, it could, for all intent, again, these movies, as of this recording, have not come out yet. So for all we know, these movies could actually be really good. Again, Robert Orci was kind of basically spouting off saying, and I find it hilarious too that it was I think it was last week or earlier this week, I can't remember what date, but Orci said that they can't do the Spider-Man films without him because they're uncertain and he left the project. And then it's like Sony said, bitch, we doing this without you. We're gonna get some new writers. So I don't know if they were trying to say no, we still want to have faith in this project, or they were scared of losing the rights. I don't know. But yeah, it was kind of funny because for a while after the box office numbers for Amazing Spider-Man 2 came in, they shut up about everything, didn't they? Sony just shut up about everything, like the Sinister Six film, the Venom film. I don't know if they're even going to do the Venom film because again, I didn't see an air date for the Venom film, which I'm kind of glad and half not, because I was because they did talk about what Venom they were going to use, and it sounded like they were going to go with Flash Thompson Venom, which I would have been totally fine with. I mean, if they used Eddie Brock, that would have been fine too. But Flash Thompson obviously being a very popular character right now with obviously him being Venom and being on Guardians of the Galaxy and even being a member of the Secret Avengers for a short time. He's obviously been a popular character, but again, I think they might have announced it, but I think I might have missed that. But obviously, yes, they are still doing Amazing Spider-Man 3 in the Sinister Six film, which I understand is going to go through some major rewrites. That's either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on who you ask. But yeah, with getting back to Amazing Spider-Man 3, that's going to be interesting to see, because we don't know obviously what's coming out in 2018. Apparently this now there's one film right there. But I find it interesting that why they wanted to wait so long to do the film. That's kind of the big thing I'm wondering, is like, why wait so far in the future to just do this film when the last few times you've basically where was I going with this? You've basically kind of cranked out the movies every 2 years. So this is some interesting news, to say the least. I'm not angry. I'm not ranting about it. I'm just like, man, they still want to keep these Spider-Man. They still want to do these Spider-Man films, and let's just hope that they learn from their mistakes with Amazing Spider-Man 2, is not to crank everything into one film, space it out, With the Sinister Six film, I still don't know what the hell they're going to do with that. I keep hearing, oh, it's going to be a redemption story. I kind of just want a simple supervillain film. Just make it evil Avengers. That's kind of all you really need to do, and have them fight, I don't know, Silver Sable, or have them go after Spider-Man. There's a thought. I don't know. But yeah, again, these films are far from being, they're far, as of this recording, they're not even out yet. They're still, in production, or still being written and stuff like that. So for all I know, these films could be actually really awesome in the future, or they could suck. The thing is, we don't know. But there's a part of me that I am glad that they are still doing the Amazing Spider-Man films, because I do like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. There are elements of Amazing Spider-Man that I really like. And I'm really glad they're still kind of dabbling around in this universe. So, for all intensive purposes, I am kind of glad, because I was kind of afraid that they're going to be like, oh no, Amazing Spider-Man 2 failed, scrap everything, we've got to do another reboot because we need to, we're Sony. So, yeah, I am glad that they are still trying to keep a canon universe, but now I'm kind of afraid if Sinister Six fails, will they still... Well, they'll obviously still do Amazing Spider-Man 3, because they just said, hey, we're doing Amazing Spider-Man 3. On the other hand, that could change. I mean, they have changed dates before. I mean, obviously, with Batman vs. Superman, they moved it back to 2016, and Amazing Spider-Man's had a few date changes, both films. So, for all we know, they could be like, announced today, gone tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm glad that they're doing this, but on the other hand, I'm still kind of nervous. Well, not nervous per se, but I'm still kind of like, let's hope you learn from your mistakes, Sony, and stick to your guns this time around. Anyway, guys, you guys tell me, what do you guys think of the announcements for Amazing Spider-Man 3 and the Sinister Six films? Are you guys excited for them, or are you not? Just let me know in the comments below what you guys think of all this. And once again, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.